friends, welcome back to Flip Flops and Short Stops, where I flip furniture on Facebook Marketplace for profit to help pay for my son's travel baseball expenses. Today I'm going to be doing something very different with a really cool item that I have had in my stash for a while now, and I just want to do something really cool with it. I have these antique Singer sewing machine table bases here. We got two of them. I don't have the top with the little drawers and stuff, but I've got these bases. They are super cool. They function. They're just rusty and they need painting. And so I want to make a table out of them. I also have had this table that I got for free off Facebook Marketplace. And I've had this in my stash as well. It's solid wood, not sure what species of wood. You guys can probably tell just by looking at it, but I'm not that good. But I do know it's solid wood. So I want to make a table out of these cool bases. Let's get to it. So I'm just cleaning up the underside of the table here, getting rid of some staples and dust and cobwebs. Ew. So I gathered all the staples and exoskeletons and cleaned it with some simple green. So I'm thinking about what I want to do with this table ultimately. Probably most people would say strip it and restain it and let it be wood grain, because that would naturally go better with the antique sewing machine bases. But I think I want to do something unexpected with this. I love the contrast of black and white, so I think I'm going to give the sewing machine bases a new coat of black paint. And I think I'm going to go with a white tabletop. So I'm going to fill in some imperfections with the plastic wood and get that sanded back and ready for primer. This tabletop has a ton of nicks and scratches, so I'm going to spend some time slathering this up with some plastic wood, and then we will get that sanded off. I mean, it feels super smooth to me. Wow, look at all these places. Okay, thinking ahead a little bit, the OCD part of me really wants to put plastic wood on this separation in the table. So there once was a leaf to this table, but I don't have the leaf. So I want it to stay like this permanently. But if there's any kind of shift when moving this table at all, what I would fill in would probably crack, and that would look terrible. So I should not do that. But what I am thinking about doing, so that I don't have kind of a darkness in the middle, is go ahead and separate the table a little bit and do my painting so that when I close it, it at least looks very filled in with paint, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go ahead and do that before I start priming. Okay, so I got it a little bit separated. While I have the tabletop on this side, I'm going to go ahead and hit it with 1 or 2 coats of white paint. I'm not going to waste my primer on the underneath side, but I do want it to kind of be light, just in case you can see any of the underneath from the outside. I'm going to be using some leftover white paint that I already had in my stash. It's by Valspar's Interior Satin Finish, and it's just their white, like non-tinted, just how you get it off the shelf. Okay, so this is kind of, like I said, leftover paint, so it might have some clumps and chunks in it, so we're definitely going to run it through my little Dollar Tree strainer here. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of water to thin it out for the sprayer. And those little clotted looking pieces are what we saved from the sprayer. That's a lot of frustration when that gets clogged up in your sprayer. Okay, so I flipped the table over, and now I'm getting ready to just wipe this with water and a cloth to get all the dust off, and I'll be ready to prime. This is a dark wood, and since we're painting it white, we do not want those wood tannins to bleed through. So I'm going to use 2 coats of Zinsser Ben shellac based primer. I'm going to sand with 320 in between, and then we'll be ready to paint. So here's the primer that I'm using. Let's get started. Okay, I knew this was bound to happen because of all those imperfections on top. Now that we have our first coat of primer on, I'm seeing some more of those nicks. So we need to stop and fill those in before we go any further. Okay, here's coat number 1. Okay, we'll let this dry for about an hour, and then we'll sand with 320. Now it's time Time for confessions of a flip-flopper. My confession for today is, I don't know what it is, but every time I turn on my sander or the shop vac or any kind of tool that makes a loud noise, I feel like I hear my kids, my boys, calling me, calling my name. They're not even home, they're at school, and I know they're at school, but I still feel like I hear them calling me. What is the psychology behind that? Does that mean I'm a good mother? Does that mean I'm a bad mother? Okay, I just realized something. This is where the table legs used to go, and we're not going to be using those. I'm going to have to fill those in. I'm going to have to make some little pieces of wood to cut that corner and do the edges at a 45-degree angle to fill in that space, and then prime those little pieces, and then put them on here with probably wood glue and a nail gun, and then putty those holes, and then we can put a coat of paint on everything. So I'm going to stop and do that now. Tabletop, and we're going to go all over everything with another coat of paint. Okay, let's get 2 coats of matte polyacrylic on this tabletop, sanding with 320 in between. Can't believe I didn't mention this earlier, but the free table that I got on Facebook Marketplace came with 4 chairs, and I'm going to be including these 4 chairs with the table. I'm going to be painting the Singer sewing machine bases black. I think I'm going to do the chairs black as well. So it'll have a nice black and white contrast. I will cover the seat with a fabric that I have in mind. It's just a white and gray stripe. So I think it's going to look super good. So while I'm waiting for the table paint to dry, I'm going to go ahead and start cleaning these chairs and look for any imperfections that I might need to fill in and sand back. I'm going to sand back these places I filled in on the chairs, as well as go over the entire chair with 220 for a scuff sand to be ready for paint. Alright, time to start looking at these bases. They're super rusty. I'm going to use CLR and a brush attachment on my drill to see if I can get them clean. For the sewing machine bases and the 4 chairs, I'm going to go with Sherwin-Williams Showcase Paint Plus Primer in 1, Tricorn Black in satin finish. All these guys are getting 2 coats of black paint now.
Hey guys, I just wanted to pop on here and let you know that I sold the sewing machine base table for $450. I started out at $600, but I kept having to come down. Finally, I sold it for $450 to a sweet, sweet couple who drove an hour to come pick it up. She just recently lost her mother, who was a seamstress. And she also inherited a family farmhouse, and she is trying to fill it with pieces that remind her of family. So what a great way to honor her mom. So I'm so thankful for that. Kim, if you're watching, thank you. Enjoy, and send me a picture of it in your space. It's the busy Christmas time right now, so I may not do another video till after Christmas, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.